much. I want to talk a little bit about you talking about inner child healing. For those that maybe don't know what it is, can you kind of explain to us what it is? And
Yeah.
then how could that help with healing money wounds?
Yeah. You know, our inner child is so present within all of us, whether we're aware of it or not. And actually just becoming aware of it is such an incredible gift. And it's one of those funny things where once you learn about inner child healing, you will see everyone else's shit through a totally different perspective. Like whether it's your boss or your partner or whatever, it's like you will literally be able to see like the toddler temper tantrum or their inner child just like crying out for attention, masked as this adult nuanced argument or whatever. But it's like, wow, it really is that, this kiddo inside of us didn't just go away or didn't fully grow up. And especially in our formative years, like pre age, it's like around age 7-ish that we start to have a concept of our own identity and that we can let certain things in or not let them in. So before that, we just take everything in as truth. And often, even if it's not done from a malicious perspective, right? Like the comment that your dad made, it's like we as kids interpret things very black and white and with very heightened emotion.
Mm.
And the other thing that happens to us as kids is that we don't necessarily understand or have healthy outlets for processing our emotions. And often the messaging that we get is that, big emotions are bad. Like, stop crying. Okay, time to suck it up. Or here's a lollipop. Let's just, numb it with food. And so the emotions kind of stay stuck. It's almost like if you just pressed pause. And so then there wasn't continuing evolution or development after that point. It's like it almost gets frozen in time. And so what inner child healing is at a very basic level is that all of the things that we now know that we would have liked to have said to us and done for us that our parents couldn't have known because they weren't us, that actually now that we're adults, we get to reparent our own inner child. That it's not anyone else's responsibility. We don't have to be waiting and hoping that mom is going to say or do this certain thing or dad or whatever. It's like we get to be our own parent. And so there are many, guided meditations and visualizations, but there's like no way to do it wrong. It's like just going back to some of those painful memories and holding the duality of feeling the feelings as little Emily, and then also standing in my role as parent Emily and being able to say, like, that was so painful.
Mm.
Wow, that hurt so much. It's safe for you to cry. It's safe for you to scream. It's safe for you to feel all your feelings. And you know what? I'm not going anywhere. I love you so much. It's safe for you to make mistakes with me. I will never abandon you. I love you unconditionally. Just
Absolutely.
really reparenting, saying all the things that you wanted to hear. And it is the most incredibly powerful healing thing ever, ever,
Yeah.
ever, ever.
Yes. Thank you for all those examples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you asked how it relates to healing our money wound. So I'll give one quick example. Money trust wound.
Okay.
You may, as you're playing with this, and often what happens is that when we're ready for new levels of healing, so you may take the money wound quiz and it might kind of start the wheels turning. And then 3 or 4 days from now, you might remember something from your childhood that you have not thought about in 30 years. Anytime those old memories pop up into our conscious mind, I believe it's because we are now ready for them. So the money trust wound, you might remember that when you were, I don't know, 8 years old, you got a birthday card with a $20 bill in it.
Okay.
And you lost it. And your parent, in all of their wisdom and trying to teach you a good lesson, may have told you, you know, you really need to take better care of your money. It's really important. You've got to know where it goes. And every time you got money for the next year, they might have said, remember, don't lose that. Put it in a safe place. Remember, you lost that $20.
Wow.
And so the way that you internalize that was, I can't trust myself. I might screw this up. I need an authority that's watching over me and making sure that I do the right things with money. And so then it's manifesting in your adult life where whenever it seems like a big sum of money or a big financial decision, you're noticing that you're kind of looking for someone else to make that decision for you. Your coach, your therapist, your spouse. You might even call up your mom, like, I'm thinking about buying this car. I don't know. This is why I think I need it. And you're looking for that validation or that permission because you don't fully trust yourself. So that's the connection of inner child healing with our money wounds today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the example.